This year, Wizard101 introduced a level locking mechanic which could allow players to remain level 1 forever by a click of a button. You still accumulate experience, it's just your levels won't go up. The main challenge with this, as we've discovered, is that you can't train level-based spells, use higher level gear, and you're locked out of various side activities such as fishing and gardening. We were able to conquer Wizard City very easily, but Krokotopia on the other hand was a big leap upward in difficulty. Enemies in this world are now 2 peas in a pod, but you get to split them. And they have a bit more health. Also, if you haven't, I recommend you watch me beat Wizard City at level 1 to get caught up to where we are. Anyways, Krokotopia was somewhat more difficult than Wizard City, so I had to prepare. As always, like my other adventures, I robbed various homes of their valuables. People don't leave the door to their house locked. Instead, they display them in housing tours, like leaving a Lamborghini or Ferrari in the hood or slums. So I gotta take the plunge suicide to get my reward? Is that it? Alright, here you go. Here's the cinematic. Boom! I happily took all I could of people's homes, and obtained a large amount of gold in the process. It wasn't enough to make me a millionaire, but it was crap. After I was done, I knew I needed 2 more things, good gear and pets. I did various housing gauntlets for a couple hours and got diddly squat, except for the ones you pay for. That, at least you can guarantee a piece of gear. Since fishing was level locked, I tried getting a pet with a fishing spell to see if I can find a loophole around the level restriction, and nope, it didn't work. I mainly tried that as a source of gold making, and as a result, I lost gold. So, hooray for being the first test subject. Krokotopia was split into 3 parts, a fire triangle, an ice cat place, and a shack in the middle of fucking nowhere with an annoying entrance. Each representing a different way to get high, crack, meth, and marijuana, respectively. With my new set of gear and bare feet, I talked with the local archaeological dogs that happened to inhabit this crypt for many years. They told me to deal with their crocodile infestation, which are just crocodiles on crack that wander around in circles, dazed and confused. Before, enemies had about 150 health, now it's 285. What's even worse is seeing double. So going forward, I find that having an extra starting pip will help out encounters a lot because it means you'll get to cast higher rank spells which do more damage. There's 2 items in this game that give you this advantage at level 0. The Decathlon decks and wands that come from specific loot boxes. In my case, I went with a wand that drops from a gauntlet because it was the only thing I had. I was asked by the archaeological dogs to take out the crocodiles and lizards because they wanted a share in the drug market. Years of abuse had turned their blood into dried crack particles. I sent most of them packing into rehab. Then nipped the source in the bud. Drug dealer Betty put up a scuffle, but I made him realize that he got into the wrong business. After his downfall, the dogs suggested I take out the processing facility first, where the quartermaster overworked their Amazon-like employees. You know, I don't know why they're slaves in the first place. All they do is just circle around and back, and nothing else. They don't even work on anything. So why are they slaves in the first place? I took care of the supervisor and freed all of the employees from his reign of terror. The last area of the pyramid was where I needed some extra firepower. One of the best spells in a Storm Wizard's arsenal is Insane Bolt. It's basically like a button you press when shit hits the fan. In this case though, you can press it whenever you want. Let's do this. It does a lot of damage, but the drawback is you have a slight chance of insta-killing yourself. Using this power, I was able to wipe the floor with the head crocodiles. I made my way to Kraken Common's basement lair where he resided. I took out his idiot guardian son, completed a stupidity test, and faced off against the coward himself. Even though I went second, it was fairly simple. Since he was a bigger threat, I took him out first. Also, his friend here didn't know how to hold a spear, so the choice was pretty easy. What did we get? We got some boots. Kraken Common shoes. More like belongs in the trash. After his defeat, me and the dogs soon discovered a secret recipe for blue meth on the next island. Here, the product was different, which altered the crack-addicted creature's skin color. One thing I noticed about this world is every single boss has to talk shit when they first meet you.
Kiss that confidence goodbye as you see how little you are.
But I feel like you're back at it again, old man. I see how it is. How many times do we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? In return, I taught these sky blue addicts a lesson with my own special blend of purple haze. I enlisted the help of a nearby homeless person to guide me through these icy dank crypts. He told me that if I wanted the recipe, I'd need to find out the leader's location. I encountered various enemies who stood in my way for really no reason. So one of the main problems with this part of the world is the fact that enemies have higher health and can carry shields. However, as long as you know the basic Pokemon weakness chart, such as Ice being weak to fire, then it isn't too hard. Or if you're Storm like me, you could just brute force it with your raw damage. I laid waste to everything within my path, gazed as my own heavenly bolts descended upon me, refilled my gas tank, and made a pit stop to the local bazaar for some much needed treasure cards to beat some ass with. The second to last stop to this world was a crack den named the Vault of Ice. This housed 4 sisters that couldn't kick their habits, and would scream day and night for more meth. Outcasted from the rest of the drug population, they now live in this shit sty of a crypt. Surely only these 4 could know the meth leader's location. After beating them senseless one by one, I had found what I was looking for.
My next victim for insane bolt.
Securing the recipe for sky blue meth, I went back to the dogs. According to them now, they controlled 2/3 of the market share, and obtained a valuable trade secret. It was time to hit the drug empire where it hurt the most. The manufacturing plant. The third island was heavily guarded by the last drug lord's associates. Not only that, but the resistances to my main damage school spells put me at a disadvantage. Also, for some reason, they have a lot more health, even though they're the most fragile school. Going back to the Pokemon chart, I tried to use the Myth School spells to try and boost against them. This plan worked quite well for the better half of 2 battles. Then I kept dying cause they hit too hard. Plan B was to buy Storm Shields, so I can defend myself against their powerful onslaught. This was a good plan, until my shields were gone. After all this, I figured, what the fuck am I even doing? I should be working smarter, not harder. I just need to draw the out, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! After taking out the majority of the main drug leader's goons, Krokotopia, and doing more stupid tests, it was time to meet and destroy the final leader once and for all. As a common courtesy, I decided not to insane bolt her. I didn't say I wouldn't use insane bolt on her minion though. Because, like many people say, hell hath no fury, like a crazy lady hopped up on drugs, scorned. Oh yeah. For their gratitude, the dogs gave me a purple piece of broken shit that does no damage. So, can you beat Krokotopia at level 1? Yes. It's only gonna get tougher from here on out though. Anyways, subscribe if you're new and join my Discord. We're pretty chill, we have a Minecraft server, and we've recently made it look a lot cleaner, thanks to one of our admins, Finny. Other than that, I hope you take care, and I'll see you guys. Marijuana. 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 There we go.